Mutilation of self, generational wealth, stimulus check on the first, it'll be gone by the 12th. The middle class is wiped out, America shut down. No NBA buckets, ain't no throwing no touchdowns. People living in fear, alone with their own thoughts, and that's a dangerous thing, cause niggas got no heart. The great white shark bite got blood in the water. Late night gunfights detained at the border.
Welcome back to the first educational video of 2022. Due to new talent, I was given this comfortable low back support Black Panther chair to let bygones be bygones. So this video will be the first out of a 3-part series about exploitation. This video is to educate you about our first topic, being misled. By avoiding being misled may help you avoid the sharp jaws of exploitation. To help and educate and aid sheep people and turn them into sheepdog people. So for today, we will be going over 3 examples of misleading situations and how these can relate to you or someone you may know. But before we get there, we will go over 5 terms that may better help you understand our scenarios. So today, we will be discussing what is exploitation. The 5 words that may help you understand our 3 examples, which are ambiguous statement, bias, conscious bias, and unconscious bias, mean. Lastly, are 3 scenarios of misleading situations, which are from the book How to Lie with Statistics, which to me was a book on how to catch false or misleading information or how to lie to uneducated workers or consumers. Let's dive right in, starting with define exploitation. Oxford Language states exploitation is an action or fact of treating someone unfairly in order to benefit from their work.
Just sign the paper and he'll be playing ball for St. Mary's.
How much will he make?
Well, nothing. Crack baby players can't make a salary based on the rules.
So what, you would make money off of my child? That doesn't seem fair.
I don't make the rules, ma'am. I just think them up and write them down. Now, if you'd be willing to sign right here, we can get things rolling for
Can't you change the rules?
Ma'am, the Crack Baby Athletic Association is a storied franchise. It was founded over 12 days ago with a firm ethical code that strictly states benefits to players is detrimentalized to their well-being.
Next, let's look at the 5 terms that will be brought up during our 3 scenarios. Ambiguous statement. Examples.yourdictionary.com states a statement with 2 or possible meanings with a single sentence or sequence of words. Example: Mary got the bath ready for her daughter wearing a pink tutu. But this is unclear because was Mary wearing the pink tutu or her daughter? The message could be perceived as unclear to the listener. It could be restated as Mary was wearing a pink tutu while getting her daughter ready for the bath. Or Mary got a bath ready for her daughter who was wearing a pink tutu. Another example of an ambiguous statement: I've certainly never had chicken cooked that way before. Not stating whether the chicken was actually good or bad. Isn't always a bad thing when someone says something ambiguous. It could be done on purpose to mislead, which is bad.
I enjoy this game. We must go into the garage.
Guys, come on. We never get to finish this game.
We will return, possibly in different clothing.
Hey, yo. Sorry for acting so weird for 3 weeks.
What the hell just happened?
I'm sure it was nothing.
But it could be the person is unaware and not trying to mislead, just bad at communication. Either way, this is the part where you say, that statement was ambiguous and I do not understand. Please restate. Moving on to our next topic, bias. Prejudice in favor or against one thing, person, or group compared with another, usually in a way considered to be unfair.
All right, now let's split up.
Wait a minute, hold
every time some scurry shit happen that we need to stick together, you white people always say, let's split up.
Yeah.
She's right. We should stick together.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
She's right. Okay. You three, follow me.
Ain't that a bitch? We gonna die, yo.
Conscious bias and unconscious bias. According to pedia.com, that's spelled P-E-D-I-A-A, not like the animal organization, states conscious bias refers to biased attitudes that you are aware of. And unconscious bias refers to biased attitudes that operate outside your awareness and control.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns. Things we don't know that we don't know.
What?
Meaning you're not aware of all the hate going on when you're not around. Mean. According to Wikipedia, the mean of the arithmetic mean, also known as the arithmetic average, is a measure of serial tendencies of a finite set numbers, specifically the sum of the values divided by the numbers of value. Confusing, right? For example, to figure out the mean of the average of more than one number, first figure out how many data points you have total. Next, add up all your data and divide the total data number by the number of data points you have, and bam, mean. Next, let us move on to our 3 examples of misleading situations and how they can relate to you or someone you may know. Situation number 1. In chapter 10 of How to Lie with Statistics, it mentions look for biased methods that may be direct misstatements, or it may be an ambiguous statement that serves favorable information and suppresses the unfavorable information. For example, information may be shifted with the practice of using 1 year for one comparison and sliding over to a more favorable year, showing that good year and skipping all the bad ones, not mentioning the special circumstances of, if there were some, of why that year was a good. How this could relate to you, of which some people do only by showing what they want you to see, the favorable information, and hiding what they don't want you to see, the unfavorable information, as to advertise that everything is A-okay. Take someone like this and put them in a manager position of taking care of a crew, and results will get ugly. Favorable information. Shift leader. We are doing great, only referring to themselves. The unfavorable information. Working crew. We are not doing good. We work longer hours, more days, and for less because the manager refuses to actually work. So we are not doing fine. This could lead to people quitting due to unfair treatment, and now the remaining have to pick up the work that the person who just left behind, therefore leading a snowball effect of everybody leaving. This can lead to the house of cards collapsing. Why? Because it's a house of cards. Situation number 2. Once upon a time, when men believed women could not attend higher education, college, because biased men believed menstrual cycles would inhibit women's ability to learn. We like to refer to this as bullshit science.
Bullshit.
Chapter 10 in How to Lie with Statistics gives a similar but different example of this. A biased male was particularly hating on coeducation, believed in the bullshit science, reported 33 1/3% of women at Hopkins University had married faculty members. This gives the impression that 1 out of every 3 women who attended that college had some type of unprofessional relationship with their professor. The actual raw figures gives us a clearer picture. There were only 3 women enrolled at that time due to, well, testing the bullshit science, and only 1 of the 3 had married a faculty member. So in reality, only one of the thousands of people attending, one person married a faculty member. But that is 33 and 1/3% of the women attending at the university. Really? How can this relate to you? This nation is the richest in the world. Yes, but all the money is with the 1% and the 99% is broke as shit. But that 1% has billions upon billions of dollars, and it is technically true. Yes, but technically only 1% has quality of life, and the 99 lives like shit.
Hey, what are you 5th graders doing?
We are the 83%. We are tired of being punished for the 4th grade class. The 4th grade is sticking it to the other 83% of the school.
Now hold on a second, fellas. If you're the 83%, then our class is only 17%. Yeah, how can the 17% be sticking it to the 83%?
Because your class has Cartman in it, and he's the 1%.
Or I was fired from my last 3 jobs for being late only twice. Well, how long did you work each of these jobs? Well, I worked each job for 2 days. So you mean to say you were fired because you were always late? No, I was only late twice. But you only worked 2 days. So, situation number 3. In chapter 2 of How to Lie with Statistics, I'm not sure if this example is fiction or fact, but it's about a community of elderly retired people on pensions. They mention that the people in this community all earn a good amount because of the mean, which is figured out by taking all the numbers together and averaging them out. The issue with doing this is 3 of the inhabitants are millionaire weekenders. They boost it to a figure that shows that everyone in the community is making a good amount of money. But in reality, everyone is making below that average.
But the president's fitness test is scored on a school-wide average, and one 4th grader at this school scored so low, with a terrifying body fat score, and high blood pressure and the cholesterol levels of a 70-year-old man, that it actually brought your entire school's average down to the lowest in the country.
Well, how can this apply to you? At your job, there's an announcement by a corporation executive or business proprietor that the average pay of the people who work in that establishment is so much higher than it actually is. But in fact, this may be incorrect due to misleading tactics of changing up your mean. But the fact that the figure may be incorrect is due to misleading tactics, as we mentioned earlier, by calculating high salaries into the mean.
All right, you've seen through this charade again. Let me explain how freemium games really work.
Well, this concludes our first lesson of 2022. Wait for it.